Hi, my name is Kara and I'm the program coordinator with Community Foundation of Southeast Kansas. In this video, I'm going to discuss our new project spreadsheet, budget spreadsheet, why we are requesting this format to be used and how to use it and to show that it's not as daunting as it might look. We'd like to have a more consistent format across all of our applications to allow for easier review for the committees. One problem that we have run into was a lack of clarity in some of the budgets and having to search out answers on what specifically was included in the request. We also want to be able to have all budget information on one form instead of having it spread across a couple of questions. So additional funding secured would be included in this section here. Hopefully this will also allow you to have more clarity as an applicant as far as what we are requesting from you, what information we're requesting from you. The first thing you're going to want to make sure, though, is to make sure that you are entering your organization and project name so that this form is identified to you and your agency. So we get a variety of requests, but to show you that this form can be quite simple, a simple one or two line item request. Let's say this agency is requesting up to $200 utility assistance for 20 households, which would be, $4,000. And they used last year's information. So historical spending would be an acceptable estimate for unknown costs. So they used last year's numbers to come up with this request this year. So they've entered that $4,000. And then this bright yellow here is to signify this application's request. So $4,000 there. They don't have any other additional funding secured, so they are ready to save this and upload it to their application. Okay, so this next project is a made-up project and it's on the expensive side. The reason that it's on the expensive side is to show you different areas that we can fill in for this here. And their project, it's USD 000. Their elementary school is wanting to turn one of their classrooms into a sensory classroom. And their itemization right here. Now that that's entered, the revenue section will tell us what other things that they've secured. Quickly though, shipping. A lot of committees, some committees may not award for shipping and handling, taxes, things like that, because the monetary request per grant cycle is usually a lot more than the availability of funds. So shipping sometimes is not awarded. So now that we've discussed that, so this application, while it's $44,000, you'll soon see that they have actually secured already the majority of the funds for it. So this application, they're requesting $2,500. And then let's say they have a pending application in for our LMakers at-risk youth grant. They haven't received notification whether they've received it or not, but they are acknowledging that they have applied for that. Okay, now let's say their school has budgeted $10,000 towards this project from their operating fund. And they had their annual fundraiser and they decided that this year the fundraiser was going to go towards this room and they received $25,000. It's under earned because they had an event for it, but it could also go under secured as well. And let's say they had an anonymous donor that donated $3,000 to them for this project. And They will also be considering volunteers. So if you want to consider contributions, in-kind contributions, so equipment and volunteer labor, there's a calculator online that'll show by state what average volunteer hours are. Kansas is a little over $17 an hour. So we've got some volunteers that are going to help put this room together, and USD 000 is anticipating that it'll take about 5 hours. And let's say they also had a tool rental company donate rental of some tools to install and assemble some of these products. So now that all of this is entered, we can see that they are acknowledging that they've applied for another grant, but that they've also secured a significant amount of funding. And our committee will be able to see on one page all of this information rather than having to go between questions. So once you've gotten this completed, you'll save it to your computer and upload it to your application. And we will have another tutorial on how to do that as well. Thank you.